Good morning, everyone. Good morning, PN Rao. Good morning, Divya. Okay, we were actually left with the last part of the real-time project, which is order screen. So I think no one has did it because some people are facing issues, right? So anyhow, I will look into that issue. Maybe I will connect with Teja today because today is a holiday for me for the office. Okay, so probably I will connect today with Teja or Girdhar. Okay. And let me start the application. And then finally payment service and order service. That's it. So I have started all the services. So totally 6 services. Guys, you should tell me, right? When I'm changing something, you need to tell me. I was on mute. Sorry. Thank you, Yogesh. I didn't thought that I was on mute. So okay, so probably I have just added one route over here. Path orders, and the component will be order component. And then I'm audible, right? So can you hear me? Okay, thank you. Okay, so I have just created one path, which is something like path orders, and we have given the component name as order component. So that's the reason it is actually showing up the order HTML page, which is this one over here when we type select orders. So this orders is specifically, if you just go to this header component.html, we have this dashboard / orders already defined in the beginning itself. Okay. So now what I will just do, I will just go to this one. Yeah. So now we have this order component. I just wanted to call the existing API, which is something called get all the orders. Okay. So if I just go to this order service, I'll just keep one existing database, which is orders, because we have orders in that particular database to show something on the UI. So let me go to this orders. Okay. So this is orders. We have orders patch 2 also. I think I have already inserted some records. So keep it like this itself. Okay. So let's say right now I do have this particular database. So already inserted some records yesterday. So now for this particular API to access, we have something called order API, and we need to pass only the username, this get mapping endpoint, so which will return you the list of orders. And we need to show them inside we will also create orders as well from the payment page. But right now, in order to get these details, I just wanted to have a constructor first. So to the constructor, I just wanted to insert a private HTTP client to make a API call to the backend. And then I just wanted to have, I think this is enough for now. HTTP client is enough. And I just wanted to have some displayed columns. And before that, I just wanted to modify the order.ts file because so here, if you just see that we have this orders.ts. Where is this model? Yeah. So here I just wanted to make some changes. So one is if you just see this backend, this one, right? So I just wanted to change this. I just wanted to have order ID. If I just give it like this, see here in the order.ts and then in the cart component.ts, we have something called this order already created. But here we are initializing only with 3 different fields. So it will give an error if I change this. So if you make it as question mark, this error will go. So when we make it as optional, when we make it as optional with question mark, it will not expect us to actually give this order ID also inside this cart component, which is not needed. If for doing the payment, username, transaction ID, and amount is actually required, not all the fields. Likewise, I just wanted to insert payment ID, which is a string as well. And orders created time. I just wanted to make it a string only. It is a date, but we'll just make it a string because we just have to use this for display purpose. Okay, string. That's it. A job is done. And now probably what I just wanted to do, I just wanted to take the order array over here, first of all. So orders, we can actually keep order over here like this. Okay. And here you can just see never is actually, so here we can just type any for now. So this is the best and suggested format. But for that one also we can use it. But for now, I just wanted to speed up on init. And then I just wanted to override that on ng on init because ng on init is the best place to actually do the API calls. Okay. So now what I will just do, I will just use this HTTP client dot. It's a get call, right? So I just wanted to use get and then, so it's the API gateway. So HTTP // localhost 8765 because every call has to go through the API gateway only. / orders / I'll just append this dot. So there is a auth service where we'll be getting the username also. Don't worry. After doing this, I will explain each and everything again. I have explained the code again, but some people have missed it. So I just wanted to use that one as well. That's it. Okay. Now I'll just use a subscribe. And then I will just wanted to use this one. So we'll get the data. So I will just use the arrow function. This dot orders. That means this orders is equal to data directly. And I just wanted to use a console log. Console.log. This dot orders. That's it. Okay. And now what happens here? Okay. So now we'll just see this. I'll just go to the console. Super. Can you see this? We have got the 4 different orders from our backend API. So what it's very simple, guys. So what you need to do, you just have to inject the HTTP client. This is something called constructor injection. We just use it to call in Spring. In Angular also, we can actually initialize the instances of the classes using constructor like this. And then also the auth service like this, so that all these objects will be created. And inside the ng on init is the best place to make HTTP call in order to initialize the order component. So since we are getting the data inside the console, if you just see it over here like this, I'll just click on orders. I will just refresh this. Yeah, can you see this? Can you see this? So we are actually getting the data. So now I just wanted to, have some displayed columns like this. This can be done in a better way, but I just wanted to close this up in a simple way because even the styling also, I just wanted to leave it to you, but I will do the basic styling so that the real-time project will be completed and we can focus on the next concepts like DevOps, AWS Cloud, and all this kind of things. Okay. So payment ID. Transaction ID. So you have to take the same naming conventions. Okay. Since I already know it, I will just use it like this. Order created time. Order status. Okay. Order status is like this only, right? Yeah. So now I have this displayed columns. So now I just wanted to use, I just wanted to go to this order component.ts and I just wanted to call this as container. Let me see where it actually comes. I. Super. So when we actually name it as container, it is coming like this. But when we disable the container, it is coming or taking the page from here, starting on this. So this is not good. So if you just make this as container, it will just start from, it will just use some spaces from the borders and then it will start. So here it is actually starting and this is what we actually want. Okay. So now I just wanted to use, you can actually take some of the code over here from the Angular material tables. So you can take whatever the code is that you want from this. Every code will work over here. Okay. So this has a very simple API call and there is something called a pagination. So data table with pagination filtering. Can you see this? This table is really good. So you can use whatever the things that you want from your side. If you just wanted to display 10 records, here 10 records will come. Okay. And it is, so if I just wanted to search 98%, so can you see this? 98% things are getting showed. Even this one as well, which is not 42%. So it is the whole filter for the table. Okay. But I just wanted to use a basic filter for now. Not the basic filter, basic table. So first of all, what I just wanted to do, there is something called a material module. So inside the material module, I just wanted to import one thing from my side. So one is the mat table module. So here you can actually import the mat table module from @Angular material /table. That's it. And use this import inside here in the imports and also in the exports. Got it? So that's the only change that you need to do. And the other thing is we need to write some code. So first of all, I just wanted to use the mat-table tag. And here you have to use the data source. The data source, I'm just using a property binding to map the actual property to this. So it's orders. That's it. And then I just wanted to use one, maybe later on I will just use it. So here I just wanted to use, let me see how it is actually looking like now. We have got some errors. That's pretty much expected. Good. So now the next step is we have to write. So I just wanted to use ng container. And I just wanted to use ng for let call of displayed columns and mat column def. I just wanted to use a property binding with square brackets. And then I just wanted to define call over here. That's it. Okay. And next, I have to define a table header. So for that, we do have something called mat header cell. And I just wanted to use one mat header cell def. And I just wanted to, make the column font as bold. So what I just wanted to do, I'll just add a bold tag. And here, I just wanted to use a call, which is this one over here. They are getting this column, right? Column value. So I just wanted to use a pipe operator, uppercase, to convert all these headers to upper cases. And then finally, I just wanted to define the row, which are records, mat-cell, mat cell def let order. Okay. So I just wanted to use this order of call so that we will be getting the actual value from this order itself. Okay. And now finally, we are done with this, and then probably we are mat hyphen header hyphen row mat header row def equal to displayed columns and mat hyphen row let row columns. That's super. I'm not sure why we are actually getting this. Could not find column with ID order ID. Why? So let me go to this order component.ts. I think everything is good over here. Could not find column with ID order ID. Okay, so let me restart. Okay, so the problem is I need to start this application again because we have updated the material module. Let me see this one first. So let me go to this. I don't know, it is failing. Let me reload this once again. No, 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 no. Why could not find column with ID order ID? Why? My bad. So here it is PF. It is not PF, it is off. Okay. Let it compile again. There you go. We have this order related details. So there are 4 records right now, but I just wanted to add one beautiful shadow for this class. This is a matte elevation Z8. Super. Okay. So now we have this table. So I don't want to, add existing stylings. You can add whatever you want from your side. So right now there are 4 orders, right? So I just wanted to go and create another order. We'll just go to Greenstone. I'll just add only this, or I'll just go to another restaurant. Delete this. Just go to the restaurant over here. Small juice, 109. And I just wanted to check out. Pay now. So probably I have not. So I'll just use the given card. Any future dates are fine. So enter whatever the OTP. But in real time, we will be getting the OTP. Okay, so here you can actually type whatever the things that you want. Submit it. So once this is created, so we have 4 orders. So right now, this is the one. FEFU. This is the transaction ID. So now I just wanted to go to the restaurants, not the restaurants, the orders. See here, FEFU, and the status is delivered. So probably I just have wanted to do some changes here. So if I just go to this cart component.ts, I just have to change some things over here. So if I just go here, so here the cart items are not at all actually getting created, right? So probably I just wanted to use this dot router. And then probably I will just use navigate by URL. So dashboard orders. Okay. So now we'll just add a order one more item. So let me add this. Check out. Let's select one banking so that we can actually say it as success. Success. CB4K. Super. And then I'll just refresh this. Go to the restaurant's cart. Cart, it was cleared. Can you see this? We have the order, which was recently ordered. Okay. So this is the whole thing about it. But here we can actually have some loading icons. That means restaurant approved, food in progress, food is getting delivered, assigning a delivery partner. So like that, we can have some statuses, beautiful statuses for every 2 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever it is. But it is up to you how you are going to do that. But this order screen, then this is the restaurant screen, and this is a cart page where we are going to add the restaurants and all this kind of things. But this is a total idea on how we are actually getting the actual data from the backend. And you can see that it's actually selecting, if I just go to the order service application, it is actually selecting the orders, inserting the orders, and it is actually selecting the orders also. Okay. So that's the total idea. And these are the updated records. Yeah. Okay. So finally, we have done the order screen as well. I don't want to design this order screen. Also, I don't want to focus on styling because we need to complete a lot of things from the DevOps and testing and also the AWS cloud. So we have some topics to be discussed. I think styling, you can do it from your side. Okay. But I think pretty much I have done pretty much good for this one. The actual styling, if you just go to this one, right? So a beautiful scroll bar to actually see this scrolling description, right? So I think I have done the best to deliver this content. So probably you can just go through this one as well. But let me go and give you the actual flow of this particular thing. So right now, someone has missed the interceptor concept, right? So I just wanted to go to this interceptor. So here, and also they have missed a lot of concepts, right? So probably I'll just take some time for them to explain it. So here, basically, we have something called the auth service, which is already designed in the from the beginning itself. This set token, set username, get username, get token is logged in, log out. So we are actually using the local storage, but it's not a best practice to store the tokens in local storage. We have some other things like cache and all this kind of things, so we can actually use it. So here we have this login request from the login component itself. So here I'm using the auth service.login, and when this is being called, so we will be actually making a call to the login endpoint, and it is actually going to return us the token. So once we actually get this token, so in the response, we will be getting the token. So I'm actually using the auth service to set the token over here using the local storage like this. And then probably I'm also setting the username because there will be multiple users. And if you are, we cannot go to the orders and get all the orders of all the customers. Only the logged in customer or the end user has to get his orders, not other customer orders. That's the reason I have set this username also. So later on, when I just wanted to use this order component.ts, I can actually pass the username also in order to load orders only specific to that particular user and not all the customer users. Okay, not the orders of all the customers. So and then probably so if the login is successful, I'm actually redirecting the user to the restaurants page. So here you can actually have another field which is error in order to redirect the user to the, but here I have not kept it because let's say I just wanted to sign out. And if I just enter wrong credentials, right? So probably I'm just using this mechanism over here. Okay. And if I just type something new, then probably it will just log in. So here, if I just show you the API gateway, I'll just close all these applications. I'll just only go to the API gateway. So here, if you just go to the resources, right? So here we do have the path users. So it is actually redirecting the users to the user service, right? So here only for the user service, I have not kept any filter, which is authentication filter, which is actually asking the end users to forward to actually expect a token. So what is this authentication filter is there for? So this authentication filter is basically, can you see this? Public endpoint. So here it is going to check for the services where there is an authentication filter. So for the payment service, for the order service, and also for the restaurant service, it is actually expecting a token. That means if you just go to this authentication filter, we have something called a validator where we have registered all these routes. Only this endpoints has to be allowed. Apart from this, all endpoints, if I just receive endpoints, apart from the users forward slash login, users forward slash sign up. If I just get this forward slash restaurant URL, I just have to make sure that it is actually going to contain authorization token. If it is not, then probably we are going to throw missing authorization header. And if the authorization header is there, so we need to see that whether the token is actually there or not with the bearer. And we are going to get the actual token. And this token is actually, this token is actually verified through this particular call, which is validate token, which is exactly like this. So validate. So I just wanted to go to the user service, which is a authentication service. So here, if you can see that there is a validate token mechanism. So where we are actually checking the token is valid or not. Okay. So that's the total idea, and it is going to return true or false. And here, we just go back to this. Yeah. So once the token is valid, it is actually going to forward the request to the restaurant service. Okay. So that's the total idea. If the token is not valid, token validation failed, and we are going to set the status code as unauthorized 401, and we are marking the request as complete. We are not forwarding the request to the respective services like restaurant service. Okay. So now, whatever the response that it is going to receive, right? So here, probably what is this interceptor? So let me discuss about this interceptor. So this is auth interceptor. This is a service. So this can be marked with @service in Spring framework, but in Angular, we actually use @injectable annotation to actually create an object for this. And it has to be one entry inside the app module, inside the providers. So in the providers, we actually give the dependencies of the services. Okay. So in terms of the interceptor, we have to provide these two attributes. One is provide HTTP interceptors. So this is basically from the common HTTP package of Angular. And then why multi is true? Because I need to use this interceptor across different components. So how? I'll just tell it right now. So initially, when we actually make any of the call, right? So I have just placed one call over here, which is interceptor called, right? So let me go to this particular thing and let me log in and let me open this console. Yeah, I'll just log in now. Log into portal. So interceptor called and response from user services. Okay, there is a token here. So that's the reason I'm actually using in the login component the TS v.token. So when subscribe, we are going to get the data. So this data V is actually this object. So I'm actually getting v.token so that the token will be set to the auth service local storage. If you just see it over here, this is actually set to the local storage. Got it? Now, if you just go to the memory, sorry, the application, and if you just see it here, there's a token already used over here. Got it? Now, if I just click on the sign out, you can see that the token is removed. The token is actually removed. And even if I just go back to the previous route, nothing is working because it is actually going to check whether in the local storage it has a token or not. See? It's actually redirecting the user to the login page only. So once I log in, I just wanted to clear the logs over here. And also I just wanted to keep an eye on the local storage. That's it. The token is generated. And now what happens is in the console interceptor called. And again, why the interceptor called again? Because again, there is a API call to the restaurants. Can you say this? See, So once we are logged in, we are again making an API call. That means it is actually going to call the interceptor again, because interceptor has a method called intercept. So this intercept method will be called every time whenever we do make a HTTP call to our backend. Now here I have used the two services, auth service and the router. So here from the auth service, if the token is there, I'm actually cloning the request by appending the bearer token to the authorization header. That's the reason for the login, I don't need any authorization header, because the only thing is the user service, I have not applied the authentication filter, which is actually expecting the authorization header. And for all the other services, I'm actually expecting, I have kept a filter, because we need to pass the token in the header. So if you just see these headers, can you see this? There is an authorization token, bearer is already appending over here. This is what it actually checks in the API gateway. And if this token is not at all valid, so it will actually say that missing authorization header. Suppose, let's say we are passing this token and this token is not valid. So again, there will be a check for validate token. The token is valid, we are forwarding the request to the restaurant service. Otherwise, we're actually setting the status as unauthorized, and we are going to make it as the response as complete. That's it. And here, we are actually cloning the request again, the same request cloning, and we are actually, passing the cloned request to the subsequent HTTP APIs. And that's all. If we are going to face any issue, then probably there is something called a pipe operator, where we are actually having this catch error. So here we are actually using the router navigate component to actually route our request to the service unavailable, which is this component where I have just an image, turn it over here. Okay. And if I just stop the restaurant service now, now you'll see the consequences. Orders is fine, but see 503 unavailable. So this is what it actually, does the magic in the background of the interceptor. Okay. So let's say if we are not facing anything issue over here, let's say we are actually facing 401 or any other errors, we're actually saying that it is invalid errors. So invalid credentials, I'm actually displaying that over here. Can you see this? So I'm setting this auth service.error message subject invalid credentials. So if you just see, this is a observable, and this observable is actually being used at over here in the auth service login component.html over here. Can you see this? This is the one. And this login form.value changes auth service.error message subject, and it is actually being used at over here in order to display the component of the login HTML file. You can see this. See this? If this .auth.error message, it's an observable, I've used async as error. And I'm actually displaying that error if the credentials are wrong. So I just wanted to sign out now. I just wanted to use some credentials. See here. Why this is an observable? Because I don't want to display this message again if I just retype the credentials. Can you see this? So that one is gone. Unless I click on login to portal, this error will never be shown. So the idea over here is, so this error message is actually observable, from the error message subject. So this is the behavior subject. Okay. So we can so this subjects will, initially have placed it as empty message, but this error message subject will act as an observable whenever we are going to set the data. So how we are going to set the data? If you just see this one in the login, let me go to the login. So here I don't have this is a successful scenario, but in the interceptor, whenever the credentials are invalid, so here I'm using the auth service dot error subject dot next. I'm emitting some data. So whenever the data getting emitted over here, right? So whenever we click on login to portal, so this else block will be executed only when in case of the 401 wrong credentials. So here, whenever we are going to say dot next of invalid credentials, here in the login component.html, we are going to get this observable value and it is going to get displayed over here. Okay. So that's the total mechanism. Let me explain this with a small text. See this. And if I just retype something, it will go. Because it's a subject. So whenever we are retyping something, it will take it as empty. Okay. So that's the total idea. And this is how the interceptor is actually going to work. And this is a auth service where we are actually setting all the things in the background, like the set username, the get username, get token and get token, where we are going to use the local storage in order to set the values. That's the total idea. Okay. And here we are using the local storage to set the username. We can actually do that in a service, but I'm just setting it to the local storage as a simple mechanism. Okay. So that's the total idea, guys. Okay. And this is the final application version. I will actually give it to you, but I think people are actually facing some issues. So I'll just resolve it today. Okay. So I just wanted to restart this restaurant service so that everything will be on the right path. Just run this. So some people are asking me about the resume, right? So I will just give you give the resume today. Okay, give some time. I'll just give the resume today. Okay. I think probably right now you can actually try for the jobs outside. Okay. So, but don't include Angular from your side. Yes, Giridhar sir.
So one thing, just I have a doubt regarding just from Java. So one
Yeah.
just not related to this one. So one thing, sir. So in Java 8 we have a one option like string joiner, right?
Yeah.
Means so it is better to use string joiner or directly string builder, because anyway string joiner anyway it's using string builder. Means
Hmm.
if I use string joiner again, so at the time I'm creating two objects.
Hmm.
So which is better, sir? Means yesterday just
See,
I gone
basically,
through this.
don't think about this kind of small use cases, Girdhar, because let's say you know the length of the string, right?
Okay, yes, sir.
Do you know the length of the string? So let's say there are 3 or 4 different roles where we are actually joining, right?
Hmm.
So it's not a big data that we are going to get. You're
Yes, sir.
getting it, right? So if it is a big data, then go for string builder,
Okay.
because even string has a cache option, right? So it has a
String constant pool, yes.
string constant pool. So probably if the same string is available, it will not create a new one. Correct.
Yes, sir.
So it will use it from the existing pool itself. But it is always a good practice to use string builder whenever it is necessary. But it is always suggested to use string builder. But in this case, right now we do have 1 or 2 different kind of things, right? So probably you can use the same. So no issues in that.
Yeah, because means after teaching yesterday, just we have discussed some use case regarding this object creation side. So that's why
Hmm.
just I thought of string joiner also. Just I like why I assume. So that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, no problem. You can use it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, but always think of what is the size and can you use string or string builder for that. It always depends upon the data finally.
Okay,
Okay,
okay, sir.
so let me load the restaurants. Good, we are back. Okay, so and finally, I just wanted to test it finally so that I can give it right away to you. And that issue will be fixed today. So Girdhar or Ija, you both can connect to me. Probably we'll go through that. Okay. Good. It is actually redirecting. So can you see this? There's a redirection here. So our order is successfully created, and then probably we are good. Okay. So now we have the whole bunch of the final version of the application. But here there are some bugs, but this is a small way to fix it. I'm leaving this to you. So let's say if I just add Creamstone, I will just go to the cart from the top, or I can go from here. But if I just select another restaurant, right? And if I add this, it should not come here. It has to replace this Creamstone with this only one particular item, because we cannot order multiple items from multiple restaurants with the same bill, right? It's not valid. So this use case is not at all valid. So probably thing where I'm setting the restaurants menus to the list of order items or to the cart items, you need to use the restaurant ID. And if already one restaurant ID is there, if you are going to get a different restaurant ID, clear the cart and then add the new restaurant items. Okay. This is the only fix that you need to do from your side, but I'm giving it as a homework for everyone. You can just follow it along. Okay. So that's the total idea. I'm just signing off, and then probably I'll just give this application, and also I will connect with some of the people today to actually fix the API gateway issue from your side. Okay. I'll just stop all, and also I'll just go to this one. Okay. So I just wanted to delete this too. And from the portal, I just wanted to delete this node modules. So this is the final version of the application of the real-time project. Okay. But order screen, the styling is not that much good, but I'm leaving this to you as a homework so you can do whatever the stylings that you want. But I always suggest people to use Angular data tables. These are really good, but if you look at the taste, they're really, really awesome tables that you can use it. Okay. I think it is taking a lot of time to reload. So once you get a time, you can just go to the data tables. They're very good. So Angular data table. So it actually looks like this. Okay. And you can further modify this one to show the entries, to actually do the pagination and also the search. You can do a lot of things. Okay. So this is how the data tables are going to look like. So that's it. And I'll just give this zip files to everyone so that you can go through all of them. Good. Like that. Okay. So I'll just give this two files to everyone. Okay. So there are so many people not there, right? So real-time project is completed. This is the final version of the application, including both front end and back end. That's it. Okay, guys. Okay. So anyone wanted to have anyone have any questions or how it is like? So tomorrow we will just start with the DevOps where we will be writing some mock test cases using JUnit, using Mockito. And then finally we will be having the code coverage using the Jacopo plugin. And along with that, we are going to integrate the Sonar Cube to fix the code violations. Along with that, finally, we are going to have a Jenkins tool to actually build our application. Okay. But that is, Jenkins is really not needed, just for your idea. Okay. So apart from this, anyone has any other questions for me? If not, we will wrap up the day. Wrap up for today, not the day. Anyone wanted to ask anything? So Girdhar and Teja, so today I will be connecting with you both. So I will be sending the Teams meeting link. So you can join over there, and then probably we will just see what kind of issues that you are going to face. Because in my system, the issue is not at all reported. I don't know whether it is. We do have to make some DNS changes in our system configurations. We'll just see. Okay. Yeah. So thank you and have a great day. I will meet you tomorrow at the same time. Bye.